this is Revisited, a special episode. I'm the host. I don't like hosting. I'd really just rather get into this, or rather, could you just like hop in and you like, yo, this is Revisited?
You really want me to do
Can't
that?
even say the number.
No, this is a special episode, so it's not numbered. So that's
All
a
right,
big
everybody.
thing.
This
But I'm not
is,
the host.
DA Can't Communicate. The
No,
this special.
we don't do names on this channel.
We do now.
Sometimes
We do now. Name drop.
So yeah, the other dude that usually hosts with me, he doesn't watch the show, so we really wanted to do this video. So I brought in two of my friends. One of them you've heard him on the Boruto one, the other one you haven't. So
If you watch the podcast, wink, wink, nod, nod. Hi, what's up?
we're doing numbers.
Podcast and stuff.
We're doing numbers, big numbers. Yeah, that's podcast
Dude,
and stuff.
we're doing 7 times the numbers we used to.
7 whole people.
We moving along. That's how it goes.
So
2 of them are currently co-hosts of this episode.
Yeah.
So I didn't even realize this before we even started this.
Here we go.
So I was just kind of like looking through some stuff with Komi, and I was looking at comments on stuff, and just
Okay.
I see something, and someone just like, it's like, man, these recent chapters, Oda's really hitting his stride. And I'm like, wait, Oda?
Yep.
And I
Their name
scroll
is
up,
Oda.
and I'm like, oh. And then I'm just like,
Yep,
I see
makes
DA
sense.
does have a type.
Makes sense. It's that
DA does
name.
have a type.
My
no
kid's middle
relation,
name
though,
is gonna be
right?
Oda. He's gonna do some great stuff. Mark my words.
We have a confirmation that there's no relation, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. it's
Okay.
a relation.
Pretty sure, there's a difference.
It seems like a pretty common name, and because I'm not related to all people with my last name, and I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm sure they would have.
But think about this for a second, Da. How excited would you be if this was like Oda's younger sibling or something with their first series or something?
Extraordinarily, but that's not the case. I think this is actually their second series. The
what was
first
their
one was
first?
like a smaller one. It's actually like a school romance comedy sort of thing. I can't find it anywhere though. Once I learned that, I'm like, I want to see where they came from, but I was never able to find it. And I'm pissed about that, and I would really like to see that. I saw some pictures, and yep, definitely drew it. Definitely the style, but I can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we are all 3 of us big Komi fans. I love it. I think it's one of the greatest mangas ongoing right now. One of the best romantic comedies. One of the best slice of life. It's fantastic. Legitimately fantastic.
I haven't enjoyed a rom-com like this since I read Love Hina back in 2008.
For me, Toradora.
For me, School Rumble.
I liked School Rumble, but School Rumble didn't make me want to just sit there for hours and scroll. The only 2 rom-coms that did that to me were Love Hina and now Komi Can't Communicate.
This man literally... Was it like 4 days?
4 days. 4 days I cleared up to chapter 230?
Yeah, because like at one point you're like, I'm at chapter like 130. Then literally the next day,
No,
I'm
I was
at
at chapter
330.
300. I got to chapter 300 in 4 days.
Yeah, it was just like one day he read 100 chapters. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man!
It's an incredibly breezy read. Some of some entire pages are just like 4 panels. Some of them don't have words. Some of them have very minimum words. Some of them are some chapters are just like 8 pages. So you can get through it. You can put your head down and get through it.
It's not hard, especially when you're reading something that's engaging. But the reason why you started reading this is you wanted something else to do while listening to Critical Role. So, which I'm on episode 99 finally, Mike.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's not why we're here.
We fucking should be. I'm kidding.
But yeah, there's this person that one of our longtime listeners by the name of Mean Spice stopped sending us videos. He sent over a Komi is a garbage manga, a video essay. I just went, this is just gonna happen now. And I'm like, well, I'll just do it myself. But I was like, no, these two like it. We can bring them in and do a little special biggity boom. Have that be fun. So this is what this is.
Biggity. Okay.
Yeah, that's the revisited style. All right.
You sure this isn't just I lack BG to bounce off of, so I'm gonna prattle on like a lunatic? That's what it sounded like to me.
But I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Can you what is this? Kuasocto.
Koasocto? Sasako?
I just don't want to say something offensive in German or something. I'm not trying to get canceled on a special, all right? Cancel me on a numbered episode.
Oh, we got plenty of evidence to drop if you want to get canceled. That ain't a problem, my man.
Absolutely, but, that's outside canceling. I want to be canceled in the ALX universe.
We're going to Vic Mignani you.
So, we're just going to get right into this and see what this dude got to say, because I'm very interested in how this video is going to go.
Yeah.
Not looking forward to it.
Enough is enough. I have had it with these.
And something like this, if you're going to do this, make sure that you can edit well enough to do it. Because this is very jank.
Yeah.
I'm curious why, like, that slowdown was a choice of the
Terrible.
Motherfucking
Internet.
everybody strap in.
About to make some fucking hot take.
Yeah, that's all you can say with that is
The text. Oh my god, the text.
Comic Sans, man. It means you're serious.
Everywhere, fucking everywhere I go, I see this shitty manga. Komi-san this, Komi-san that. So wholesome, so cute.
So, you guys have mentioned a lot about people who lack energy.
Oh,
this homeboy do.
This, I'm already
you
not
can
looking
feel
forward
it.
to this.
This dude sounds like he just got off of a 13-hour shift. He's had 6 cups of coffee and 2 donuts, and he's sitting to record this video. Like, that's the energy he's got.
and if you come in with this hot take, you come in with this level of energy? Seriously? You gotta be up for this. I understand if it's not your personality or whatever, but my goodness, you gotta at least put it on for this.
None of us here have actually seen any other of his videos, right?
No.
None of us have ever seen. Okay, so we don't know if this is just for this video or if this is just his style.
But if it's something that you hate, like it's a garbage manga, it's terrible, all these words, and you just coming in with Komi is a manga, it's like that's
But let's
disconnect.
Just to play devil's advocate here, we do know of people who, despite being passionate about shit, are Frankenstein's monster. They have nothing going for them yet. Like Arrow.
That's a big difference. There was something wrong with that individual. I don't think
This dude's calling Komi garbage?
He has
This might be Arrow
24
for me.
minutes. He has 24 minutes of at least some sort of semi points here. Enough to make a video. He has 24 minutes of points enough to make a video. That's more than Arrow just pounding off.
Are you sure? Because it kind of sounds like what this video is just a 24-minute circle jerk. Like,
We'll
We will
see.
find out. All right.
Loading not allowed. Headbutts. Protect. And so on and so forth. And so on and so
what is that in the background? The fuck is that in the background?
I grew sick of it.
Look like it's a
Fuck it.
trap, dude.
Here's all the reasons why this manga is garbage. First, we'll go over the main characters, as well as the beginning of the series, chapter by chapter, as to show what this manga is supposed to be about, so that we can
See,
later
you got
show
some points.
what exactly is wrong with it. Here's some background music so that I won't go mad during this.
Won't go mad.
Fine enough, gets the job done, I guess.
Yeah, we need to
Let's
keep
go.
him. Yeah, he
Chapter
needs to
1,
keep his
page
sanity.
1. Some basic beginning / exposition to what the manga will supposedly be about. Page 2, and we already see what Komi-san manga truly tries to be and how it'll work. All characters you see here have personalities based on common tropes. Their names in Japanese are puns related to those tropes. Komi has problems with communications. Najimi is a childhood friend. Tadano is a typical nobody, etc. etc. 2 pages later, we have the proper beginning of the series, and we're introduced to our main character, Tadano Hidogito, his name being a pun on some guy. And his personality is exactly that, just some guy. Yet another generic teenage manga protagonist. Not only does he lack any distinct characteristics,
he's judging him as a generic protagonist in his very first scene.
Very first page.
Very first.
And I have to already counterpoint what he's saying here. He's just some guy. Nothing discernible about him. This is of course coming later on, but you don't see a lot of characters with like an outward detail like Tadano has with that random ass flower pin or whatever it is in his hair. He stands out to some degree.
Yeah.
So you're getting dialogue that's saying, I'm reading the page right here. Read the situation and don't stand out too much, pretty much. But yet he's wearing something that's going to make him stand out even a little bit. People will notice him about it.
Yeah,
Also, there's some depth to the character already.
Yeah, and literally on this page, like to me, some guy is literally like someone with no emotion. Like the character that comes to mind is actually Komi's brother, which obviously there's depth there, but like he's just basically neutral at all times. Literally, it says in bold right here, Tadano-kun is a timid coward. That's already something on page
seriously.
1.
That's a character trait. He's talking about reading the situation and staying from trouble. Now, that's a lot of stuff already there.
That's just page 1. Like, he's going to hate on Tadano a lot in this video, I bet.
Probably. I don't... Let's
he
see.
really has no. His internal monologue here shows that. He wants to read the situation and make sure to stay away from trouble. So, be an opportunistic no one. Err in the shape of a person. Page after, we learn that his approach to life came from some dark past, apparently. Said dark past is again a typical generic chuny behavior, but more importantly, it has next to no impact on the manga as a whole, so we can ignore that.
Well, yeah, like, it's a slice of life manga.
And it's also very false. Because I just reread certain parts of the manga because I just get into that certain mood. And one of the chapters, I think it's like 31, 32, 33, it's about his backstory, about how he was a Chinibyo or Chinibyo. And he tried to talk to a girl, and the girl rejected him because he was like that. And then he went, okay, since that's how it's going to be, I can no longer stand out like this.
Yep.
And that's the reason that he is the way that he is.
No, that's not important. That's not important. Right here, this is it's nothing. It's a bland character development. It means nothing for him.
That's the way I live. By the way, it has nothing to do with this stuff that he did that we see later.
Nope.
And I don't really like the hand waving of him being like, oh, he's perceptive and can read people to stay out of trouble. That's like a major thing about him.
That's
whole
that's
thing
literally
is like,
his character focus.
Yeah, is like reading people, helping them out, like just being the nicest dude.
Wait, hold on, and there's another part of that. The author has taken a character trait, reading people, reading the room, and mastering that, and flipped it from the cliche. You see tons of characters who excel at that, a la a Light Yagami, Lelouch Lamperouche. Like these characters that master that art and use it to better themselves and abuse the world around them.
Selfishly.
Yeah, and this guy's just like, I'm going to do this just to, make sure I stay under the radar and help his friends.
Yeah.
That is an outstanding flip on a cliche that I'm not going to lie. Lelouch is one of my favorite fucking characters, if not the number one of my entire anime-loving career. But I'm not going to lie, it's an overused trope. But right here, the author is already taking that and flipping it, which is impressive. And you go through the manga and you see how well it's utilized. It's refreshing. How can you hate on Tadano?
And he just hand waves it away as just this normal generic thing.
It's ridiculous. Already I'm getting heated about this. This is not good.
This ain't good. He just like, yeah, generic. And generic is such a whatever
It's
criticism.
There's no. It's not a descriptor. It's barely a verb when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you're going to critique a character, don't hand wave.
I would argue it's a descriptor, but that does not. That doesn't equate bad.
Yeah.
It's surface level.
It is a basic descriptor, but that does not correlate to bad. Like
No.
Yeah. Generic things can be done well. Generic things can be done poorly.
Yes.
It's okay.
She meets Komi for the first time, and due to her face stiffening from stress, she appears menacing. End of chapter 1. Chapter 2 happens immediately after. On page 2, we are told that Komi-san has somehow rose to the status of the school's Madonna.
I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to make a prediction.
Go for it.
He's going to not like the pacing. Where like there's like some really long, like kind of long little story bits that'll go over multiple chapters, and then there's some that are just like literally 5 pages of just a dumb little short story, and he's not going to like that.
Oh, he's going to complain about it for sure.
That makes sense.
Just calling it. I'm going to go back a little bit because
He stares in your future.
Already during her first day. Let me put the emphasis on the word somehow. Well, how? Never explained. The reader is told that she's the school Madonna, and the reader is supposed to accept that no.
See, we're not told, but we're shown several times that she is very beautiful. People perceive her as very beautiful. She's cool and mysterious because she doesn't talk to anybody.
We'll give that to really understand this without needing the little text bubble there. You kind of need a little more than surface level experience in manga and anime, because just in the intro scene with her walking in, for somebody who's seen enough like we have, we knew what was about to happen with her and her status in the school. It was just almost like, I don't know about you two actually, but and for myself, when I'm reading, I'm like, okay, boom, this is going to be an idol. This is it.
Yeah. Like to me, that's like asking how Sasuke was so popular in ninja school.
Exactly. If you're the uninitiated, you might need that text bubble, which is one of the things I've actually appreciated with the entire series, is that the author doesn't take themselves too seriously. These text bubbles here and the imagery pairing, it makes it very friendly to both the experience and the inexperience, which is nice.
Yeah.
Also, like, there's a thing here too where he's like really focusing on this word. Is this an official translation, or is this a
probably
scanlation?
not official. It's probably
because if it's official, it could be this girl rose to the status of the school's Madonna. It could be a more like permanent thing, and then this gripe goes away.
Emphasis on the somehow was a little poignant.
But yeah, this is not even halfway of a problem.
No,
because it's shown several times that people are enamored with her, and we are told why they are enamored. We're not shown
literally in that panel. There's a dude in the background taking snapshots of her,
boys and girls. So you can look and just go, oh, by the blushing, they are clearly enamored by her beauty. She is drawn to be a very beautiful character. So, and later and then back with the earlier stuff, Tadano sees her and she has a stoic look on her face. So it's a cool, mysterious beauty type of thing.
The tall, dark, and silent.
Yeah.
That's not even just in Japanese publications. That's a thing for the entire world. Tall, dark, and handsome. You even hear that kind of thing in SpongeBob said. That's a thing.
Yeah.
It always has been a writing thing.
Yeah.
So this isn't a hard pull here. Oh, she's tall, she's pretty, and she's quiet.
Yeah.
Strikes a figure amongst literally every other NPC, basically in this school.
Done. And then we get more later.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's keep going.
Not only is that a complete bullshit way of making a setting, it's
God.
also tell don't show at the same time. Boy, I'm not even trying, and this manga already falls apart.
What we just said, they show it!
It's literally there in every panel that she's in. Every single one to this point has made an effort to showcase that she's popular because of her looks and
Literally,
her perceived
her
personality.
walking into the school is just like people worshiping her. It's shown.
What more do you need? Like, I don't. it's pretty obvious.
No,
And
you know what? The text, man. You got to get rid of the text entirely. Just silent manga, I guess.
And even without the text, you can see this and be like, okay, the people are enamored with her. Got it. Understood. But he's like, well, I don't know what's going on here. Why?
I need a 15-chapter prequel. Giving a
Somebody write this man the
backstory of
Silmarillion for Komi-san.
Oh boy.
That they want to kill Tadano just so that they can have a chance of sitting next to Komi. Why do they care so much about Komi?
She's an idol, you fool.
Oh,
She's an
maybe
idol,
they're
you fool.
showing you why she's so freaking popular.
Seriously, in the second chapter. Maybe it's right here. Maybe you pay attention. Maybe people want to be near her because they want to gain her favor because they like her. What's the problem with that?
The face she's making in this panel too, they're focusing on the top left corner, by the way. That is just like the predominant Komi face of like, I'm stressed. And just like everyone, we don't know that yet, which is amazing because you just think, wow, she's really focusing on school or something. No, she's stressed out of her fucking mind.
Yeah.
It's an amazing detail.
All right.
During self-introduction, because of her problems with communication,
Yeah, it jumps forward a little bit.
instead of talking, just writes her name on the
Hey,
blackboard
y'all
and
can't
then
see backwards. That's all.
to Komi. Everyone celebrates. Why? Because a pretty girl appeared to act like some royalty?
Look at her!
Literally. Right.
Hey, stop telling me without text that she's popular.
You want it.
Show me.
You got it, and you're mad at it.
Self-introductions.
point?
People go up there and say who they are. She goes up there, writes her name, and silently sits back down, eyes closed, very good posture. And you're like, what's going on here?
You ask for something, you get the thing, and you're still mad. So where's the winning? It's kind of worse. It's sounding more and more like this person just has a personal vendetta against it because it's popular.
That's kind of what it sounded like.
That's what I'm getting already.
So far, it's not even really good critiques.
Everything so far, his points are just terrible.
Yet again, it makes no sense why anyone would be a fan of Komi during her first day of school. Nobody should even be able to recognize her. But they all
wait.
give no shit.
Isn't this their second year?
I think it's the...
No, this is their first.
I'm pretty sure
This
it's
is their
the
first?
Yeah, this is the first.
Okay.
One. They just started.
Well-
This is Tadano's first year of high school, remember?
Okay, so a fun fact, there's this thing called middle school. And, you know, usually, like I know Japan's a little different, but usually you share classmates going
Yeah.
all the way from pre-K all the way up
Japan
until
is
high
very
school.
different. You apply for schools, and if you get into one in different prefecture, you travel to go to that school. It's a very different thing when it comes to the
Yes,
Japanese
but there's
culture.
still carryover from middle school to high school.
Sometimes,
There's
but say
there's literal
that doesn't-
animes where that happens. So like that's not a surprising thing to me that people
Yeah, so
know
some of
her.
them may have known of her, but not all of them.
Yeah.
So, and that might also be what helped. I don't actually remember they brought this up, but that also would have helped her, fame, as it were, grow. Is people whispering usually increases a legend because word of mouth changes per mouth that says it.
Yeah, especially since they see her around town and everything. There's plenty of times where she goes out to the library and stuff, and people just see her and
Yeah.
stuff
like
like that.
it's not a stretch. Also, this is like all under the caveat of this is a comedic slice of life. So we're not gonna get a Sasuke, I'm looking to kill a certain someone.
Yeah.
Who does he want to kill? No, this is comedy.
Seriously, and especially since I'm looking at the manga that's correlating with it, and it is literally 6 pages of content. This is chapter 2, and he's like, I need all the information right now.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous.
And we're left with this setting that he pulled out of his ass.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Chapter 3, Komi drops a
Really?
razor, Tadano picks it
Wow.
up and almost gets his hand pierced by a compass thrown by a ninja student in the class. Why does he want to kill Tadano? Why does he have a...
Too close to the
maybe
idol?
in the previous chapter, it was established that just because he is sitting next to the goddess, he has a death warrant.
This has already been said. My guy, do you have memory lapse? This was just said.
This is a goldfish.
You just talked about this not a minute ago.
He should not be an octopus. He should be a goldfish.
It's
Oh, that's fucking cold.
I don't understand. He is interacting with Komi, the only person who has an excuse to, and somebody is trying to prevent that. What is the issue here?
They are jealous. This is
Because
a pretty
they are
easy thing to
jealous.
understand.
What does he want? In chapter 3, she has not said word 1. What does he want?
Tadano picking up a goddamn eraser that belongs to Komi? Just because. And chapter ends. Riveting. Chapter 4. First...
Oh. This is sounding like my prediction.
Yep.
He's getting pissed at the short chapters.
Yep.
3 pages. Chapter 3 was.
Here we go.
Dude.
Tadano picks us again the MC's name and that he's starting high school. I guess this manga is for people with memories of them goldfish if such a basic fact is already repeated. Gradually meaning...
Mike, can I just say? Can you put down the Nostradamus shit for once in a video, please?
Wow.
There's coincidence, and then there's
Hi.
the shit you pull.
Meat kettle.
But yeah, this seems like
man.
a fan translation based upon the
Yeah,
swear.
oh, it definitely is. This
So-
has to be a scanlation.
But I don't know. I've only got I've only got like volume 4 of the manga. So I don't know. If
Oh, do
this
you have
is-
physical mangas of it?
I just volume 4 because that's where one of my favorite characters come in.
Aha. I see.
Oh, okay.
Also, I meant to mention this shit. I meant to mention this on the previous little bit. I feel like this person is not very familiar with a good chunk of like romantic slice of life or student setting slice of life. They typically have super short chapters.
Mm-hmm.
It is a thing. It is a generic thing that happens.
But let's also face it that we both know there are some series that front load their information.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Maybe that's what he's expecting. Just like, oh, here's chapter 2. Here's all of Komi's backstory, and here's why she's acting like this, and here's why people are worshiping her. But he hasn't compared it to anything as of right now. It's not like he went
before the video is over. I'm going to say about halfway through, at minimum halfway through, he's going to give us a top 5 list of series that are similar and better to Komi. By halfway.
I hope so, just to see what he's digging.
Yeah. And I also, before we end this video, I want to go to this man's YouTube and see what his positive videos are about.
I always say that when doing revisit, it's like, based upon what you're saying, what you like or what you dislike, I wonder what your feelings are on other things. So because if somebody like, I hate One Piece, it's like, okay, what do you like? Just to like see exactly. I'm pressing play.
And Tada learns that Komi is bad at talking. Chapter 5 is the first real interaction between Tada and Komi using a blackboard. She writes about her problems with people. Tension slowly rises. She starts crying, and it shows us just how painful being alone like that must be. No, it's just hiccups.
Oh my dude, you just got pranked.
Really? With the...
It's number 1, it's a joke. Number 2, I found that particularly funny. Number 3,
I got a hearty laugh out of it.
we get a lot of her self-doubting all of these things very, very soon. Even with a little interaction with herself.
The whole everything she wrote panned that out.
Yeah.
It was show not tell in a way that she was telling us by showing us. Like it's a bit of a complicated mess, but the author is using her writing on the board, not saying it, as a way to show and not tell. She's admitting to her insecurity and her desire, but her inability creeps up even while she's trying to, quote unquote, ask for help. That's so much depth to a character.
Great.
That is so much to show
But
that this problem is huge for them.
All he sees is the hiccup thing.
Yeah.
Not all of this.
At the end of the day, again, this is a comedy manga, so they're gonna throw those little bits in here and there.
Yeah.
Curveballs are gonna come because they're gonna go for that quick shock humor. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah. This is the first time that Komi has really communicated at all. So we're not going to get the big swelling, feel for this character. She's crying and you're crying and everybody's crying.
Well,
we get this and we get, now we understand how this character is feeling. And then we lighten the mood with a joke.
Yep.
It'd be fine either way, but,
I think this is well structured for this series.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially with a light series like this.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
When this manga had the perfect opportunity to make one of the characters at least a tiny bit deeper, it instead chose to shoot itself in the foot with this shitty punchline. And the line...
This is 5 chapters in!
Shitty
Yeah.
punchline.
This is 5 chapters into a comedy school slice of life romance.
In the same amount of pages that is probably like shown in chapter 1.
Yeah.
Oh, without a doubt. Hands down.
He just wants, I don't know what kind of speed stuff he's reading, but I don't, the pace is not an issue here.
Yeah, at all.
That is just as bad. Komi-san is just a normal girl. So we have a normal girl that's bad at talking, and a normal guy that's normal at talking as our main characters. Fascinating and fresh!
That's normal at talking.
Why do you people care so much about this?
He's just disgustingly oversimplified.
Seriously!
Disgustingly oversimplified both of them. We don't have just a girl who can't talk and a guy who can. We have a girl who is struggling with her own personal issues and a guy who is doing the same but for vastly different reasons. It's the same coin on opposite sides, which is what makes them so entertaining to watch develop.
And that's why they can talk with each other so easily.
He finds talking to people ridiculously simple. She can't do it for the life of her without having an anxiety attack. It's disgusting.
It's
Like, it gets to a point, obviously this is way later in the manga, but like, even not having to write in her notebook, like, he can just like infer her.
Yeah.
Just from her gestures and her nods. Like, he is so good at reading and has such a connection with her after a later point that words at times aren't even necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's just a guy who can talk, guys. That's it.
Yeah,
Anybody could beat Tadano. Anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And he just goes, it's a normal guy
Anyone
and a
can
normal
wear the
girl.
mask.
Fascinating, riveting. It's like, yeah, we get to see how these people interact. We see their struggles.
We don't need Tadano to have a Sharingan and Komi to be a Super Saiyan God to make this interesting. We don't need latent superpowers. We don't need these small details that are deity-like.
This is that thing of like, we really need to see what he likes, because like, does he just hate slice of life? Like,
it's very
in
possible.
general, just because that is
Toradora,
a description of slice of life romances: a normal guy and a normal girl.
Mm-hmm.
But if he doesn't like slice
quirks.
of life like that, why would he go into this, even if it was recommended? I don't like mecha, so I'm not going to go into the most popular mecha and just be like, oh my goodness, there's giant robots and they're in space. No. So I don't know where he's coming from with this.
Yeah.
And he's not even said any real ways that it could be improved.
No, he's just railing. He's not making it. He's not discussing. He's venting. That's what this video is so far.
Sounds like, yeah.
This fucking manga. Both of the main characters have no fucking personalities. The most important character
Are you
That's it.
serious?
Dude, that's all you need right there.
What?
He's 5 chapters in and it's just like, they both got no kind of personality. She's already shown her deep-seated insecurities. We got hints of Tadano being a normal dude for a reason. We've seen him...
Literally, this panel right here that he fucking hates just illustrates she's a derp. Like, that is... Komi is just the like
Yes.
most hidden derp in the world.
They are
She is
deifying
just
her, but she's just a normal girl. And how does she deal with that? It's
I said before when you said it was a disgusting oversimplification. This was a disgusting oversimplification.
wow.
This dude has. He's called this a hot take. It's hot garbage.
It is most certainly hot garbage because he's not saying anything.
No, this is nothing. Okay.
Are completely shallow and one-dimensional. That's the core identity and issue with this manga. Character.
One-dimensional.
Yep, 5 chapters in and they're all one-dimensional. The equivalent of like 20 pages. Nobody has any sort of outrageous personalities or anything. They're one-dimensionals. I've stated my case.
That is the equivalent. This is literally the equivalent of watching the first 5 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender and saying that Zuko could never be a good character.
Not even the first 5 episodes. The first episode.
You're right. Okay,
We're just getting into this stuff. This is the first time that they're talking together. And he's like, what, come on now.
One conversation is enough to base off their entire personalities throughout the entirety of the series, guys.
Oh, of course.
Fucking Jesus.
We've seen
You're out of
Tadano.
5 stars. Throw
Seen
it in the trash.
We've not seen Tadano deal with any other main characters in any sort of real way. We've not seen Komi either, and he's already labeling them as one note.
And that's the thing, like this manga has so many fucking good characters.
So many.
Amazing characters.
So many.
It has a prime
We got 2.
list.
We got 2 in 5 chapters.
Hold on. Here's the best part, though. Here's the best part. This page we're on right now showcases that there are important characters coming soon. Characters that are in...
Yeah.
They're absolutely just necessary for these characters.
Here it
That's what
comes.
this page is showcasing. And you're not even letting them come in first.
Not letting it
before you
breathe
make
at
a
all.
decision.
Just one note.
Insane.
The main character, their tropes, and have no personality beyond that. Next chapter, the
Bruh.
bullshit hiccups very conveniently stopped. They stopped.
It's called stress hiccups. It's a thing, dude.
Number 1, that. Number 2, all of that has been erased, so it seems like time has passed.
Also, there are people in this world, the current host, I won't say his name, of reverence to this show,
Big ups.
that literally, he gets a hiccup,
A single one,
and then he's done.
and that's it.
Okay, we have a friend who, when she sees bright light, sneezes. That is an actual thing.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck
it's
it.
just
Fuck it,
done
man.
and boo.
Manga. Relevant for the plot, so we can throw them out. Anyway, Komi and Tadano continue to talk with the blackboard.
Let's just skip through all this, right?
Yeah, just skip through all of its
okay,
important character
okay,
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, just skip through all of its important character stuff. We're learning about them. They're talking. They're getting together. Yeah, just skip it. It just happens.
Normal guy and girl. It's only normal guy and girl.
Nothing's happening. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's arguing. There's no stress or tension. Nope, not important, not important, not important.
He's not thinking about what to say. She's not thinking about what to say.
Let's keep going. This is a joke.
Bear witness to one of the only good scenes in this entire manga.
It's a really good one.
Satiate thy souls with this moment, for it is a fleeting one.
Okay, he goes, this is one of the only good scenes in the manga. This is 6 chapters in, less than 30 pages. I don't know. I'm wondering if he's talking about up until now or all of what he
It
read.
has to be a reference to up till now. Has to be. And even then, is that a joke? The church scene, the scene on the bus, the shed scene, the freaking the test of courage. Like there's too many to name.
There's legitimately too many.
I have not heard Ralph this flustered stuttering
I'm
in a really long time.
I'm actually livid.
Bad videos are something else. Bad points are something else. And this dude is just farting into the wind like, here's my points. Nothing good is going. One note characters moving on.
My brain was literally running the gambit of the images of these fucking outstanding scenes.
Okay.
I could not keep up.
And it's something else if it was something that's just like, this is whatever, freaking if you think Black Clover is like, Black Clover's a 6 or 7 out of 10. And you hear something like this, you're like, whatever. But Komi is so good and you're just reducing it to such bull crap that it's like, you can't just do this, dude.
Okay. So I'm just to get a time frame of when this video was made. This video was made in November. Let's see, November 2019. Let me rephrase.
So he's very far back.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, the earliest November chapter is the school festival with the play.
No,
So
he can't.
So
he
good.
Can't.
So you can't.
He can't.
Tell me that chapter was 6? Chapter 6, only good moment in this manga. You can't say that. Objectively.
Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, this is.
I hope he responds to this. I hope somebody tweets this. There needs to be a discussion at this man because there is something.
Because he can't. He legitimately has some really, really bad points. There's certain times where I'm like, especially with people that we don't know, especially after that JoJo thing, I'm like, I hope this is a troll. Boy, I hope this is a troll. Because this is pointless.
This is ridiculous.
Absurd.
After that, we are introduced to what appears to be the manga's premise, that being Komi's dream of having 100 friends. It's even stated again at the end of the chapter, just so that we know it's important. A page later, we learn that the
You know that page where you're just like, oh man, you could have gotten so deep and whatever. Literally, the last panel of that page is her literally weeping, ultra detailed.
Big time.
But
not important though.
My objective now is to help Komi-san so that she can communicate better. Helping somebody to communicate better can apply to just about anyone. She's a special case. Communicate, tell, convey. My objective is to help Komi-san and cure her of her communication disorder and to help her get 99 more friends.
Yeah, he's already including himself. That right there is also character development that is incredibly subtle. He wants to stay under the radar. He wants to stay out of the limelight. Yet he has just, without even a second thought, aligned himself to the school's quote-unquote Madonna that this guy has already had such a huge problem with. How do you not even realize that and still call Tadano one-dimensional?
It's
he
crazy.
Selflessly is planning to use everything in his power to help Komi make 99 more friends, not 100. He didn't discount himself. He called her his friend.
Seriously.
This is absurd. This is absurd.
I don't know.
At 6 minutes and 34 seconds.
Okay. Your brother was prophetic. We were going to be here till midnight.
Nah, it's fine. We'll speed this up.
apparently deems personality of its students to be very important, and that's why it's a gathering of eccentrics, weirdos, oddballs, creepy creeps, and the like. I've yet to see a shitter piece of exposition in any form of media. The problem isn't with the presentation, but with the content. It's completely fucking false. If the school really deemed personality to be important, then how in the bloody hell did Komi and Tadano get there again? The manga...
It's just a school. They're just saying that
school.
It just has a lot of eccentrics and weirdos and oddballs.
It's a school that advertises its love for people who are creative in their own way. It's like it's an advanced school. Like there is no such thing as quote unquote advanced kids that are normal. I don't know what media you're used to consuming, but this is a real ass take. You don't go to a school for gifted kids and find normal people. You find fucking freaks.
Insanely smart people are always weirdos. Same thing with insanely funny people.
Yep, they are crazy. Why? Because being unhinged is kind of a superpower in a certain way if you're using it right.
And it's not, and it doesn't say that it's a requirement to get into the school.
It just attracts those types.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's like, all right, they got good grades. Move on. Why is this a sticking point?
Somebody got denied being, joining a school for important, smart kids. This has got to be it.
No, he's saying this because it's a gotcha because Tadano and Komi are normal, but this school personalities. That's what he's saying. It's a gotcha. Komi is bad because they say that this school requires personality, but they don't have personality. They're one note. Gotcha. He wins. Point made.
All right, I guess we just stop the video now.
Yeah. See y'all later. Peace out. Firm handshakes all around.
Firm handshakes all around. Yeah.
Itself stated that they are both normal, save for Komi's shitty communication skills. As if that wasn't enough,
also that
all
she's
the
a goddess.
other characters are just as bad, being completely one-dimensional. The trope they represent.
Whoa. That was in reference to everything he has read. So that is telling me that Najimi is a bad character. That is saying that Tadano's sister is a bad character.
Oh, that's saying all of Komi's family are bad characters.
Komi
when we're literally
is a bad character.
Just promptlessly information that we don't need. We're getting the relationship being built up between Komi's mom and father. Every now and again, we'll get a little chapter of them together.
Those flashbacks. I wanted to sleep that night. Yet I could not until I got to a certain point in that relationship development.
Absolute
it was amazing.
It's crazy how good it is. And we don't need it.
No, that is the information we don't need, but the fact that we got gifted with it is amazing.
So good.
Is all there is to their personalities. That's shallow. At this point, the manga just repeats all the issues it had before.
It's like they're introduced as a trope, but then you get to know them more when you read the manga. Which, as we go along, I'm just not believing you did.
He had to have skimmed over this by calling people one note. Because this is...
Yeah.
Whew.
Advanced.
In chapter 7, Tadano says that Komi has problems with communication. Even though there's no way in hell anyone with a brain could forget that. And nothing happens in that chapter. Chapter 8, page 1. Even more fucking repetition of stuff we already...
This is a serialized comic.
This is a single panel.
In every serialized series, TV, movies, comics, games, there are points where they expect that you've taken a break. There are catch-up. There are references made just to make sure you're keeping up and not forgetting these things happened.
Yeah.
This is standard.
This even if it wasn't standard, it's not a problem because it's a single panel.
He's viewed from a very blind perspective of a binge reader. And I can say that because I am a binge reader. Mm-hmm. You're viewing this from the perspective that you can sit there and scroll or click, however you read it on whatever thing you use, that the fact you can sit there for hours and get all this content doesn't mean that when you're sitting there waiting week after week after week, sometimes details slip. People don't always have a steel trap memory. I appreciate a weekly series that will sometimes slip in, okay, this is what happens. Oh yeah, this character can do this. Because sometimes it might slip.
Yeah, JoJo does something that I really like. I'm terrible with names, but they'll be like, this person is over here. And then in the speech bubble, they'll show a little drawing of that person. I'm like, okay, that's who that person is.
Exactly.
My Hero does that too with like
They do, yeah.
with like new episodes and stuff like that, or just like when there's long slots where you haven't seen the character, it'll be like character quirk yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a reminder.
This dude is viewing this from a very biased and very ignorant perspective when it comes to this gripe, because it is, I'm going to call it entitled. Like,
I don't know what he wants.
You're demanding that a serialized series that is weekly, bi-weekly, I actually am slipping right now because I'm so fucking annoyed, that people don't forget. Because sometimes people may read a chapter and wait a month to come back.
Mm-hmm.
DA does that.
This is only chapter 8, so they're like, who is Tanano? Who is Komi? What are their... Oh, then once you get this little page, you go, okay, Tanano, Komi, friends, got it. And then you're in the manga.
That's a big thing. Like
just because
for me,
you don't need it doesn't make it bad. It is helpful
like for me,
others.
I have a hard time remembering characters' names.
Yeah.
So this is also helpful for that, where it's just like, hey, here's main character A, this is what he's trying to do. Here's main character B, this is what she's trying to do. Like, it's... There's a whole swaths of reasons why people or mangakas do this.
Yeah. And it's not like this is throughout the whole manga. It's not like chapter 250, this is all just still going on. No, this is just for the beginning, while you're still getting acclimated to the characters, the plot, the world, all this stuff. It's just a little gentle reminder.
Mm-hmm.
No issues here.
None.
Yeah.
Big issue for him, apparently.
Yeah.
A lot of things are.
New. Underage chick already treating Komi as a goddess. For no reason whatsoever.
For no reason whatsoever. It's been established.
Yep, sure has.
In almost every chapter.
Yep, sure
because
has.
you have been reminding us, buddy, that it's said in every chapter that
sure
she
has.
is idolized.
Yep, sure has.
But hey, there's
no
an
reason.
obsessed fangirl for no reason.
But no reason.
No reason.
Hey, I'm right.
Chapter 9 introduces the childhood.
I don't even know what that
character,
song was.
And her/his personality is about as basic as you'd expect. Cheerful goofball, that's it. Also, better get used to this "is she a girl or is he a boy?" joke. It's repeated many times as well. There's also a new problem, that being boxes, which
That joke, if you don't find it funny, you're not going to find it funny. If you do find it funny, you're going to find it funny. If you do find it funny and then don't find it funny because it's overused, then you're not going to find it funny. That's a comedy thing. That's purely whatever.
It is. It's the standard comedic trope.
Yes. Repetition is
so
a
much
form of comedy used quite a lot.
And there's so much, like, again, this is a comedy manga, so there's a lot of stuff that's going to be thrown at you that's comedic.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah. one thing, one character.
And it's so like...
But no, not one thing whatsoever. That's what he keeps saying. There's no reason whatsoever for any of this stuff, guys. Come on.
And it's like, it's so minute. Like, usually it'll be like, they'll, like, depending on the translation reading, they'll just say, like, he, she, or something. Like, that. It'll just say that. And then there'll be, like, once every 50 or so chapters, it's like, oh, what bathroom are they going to use? Like, there'll be that kind of joke.
Yeah.
Because, again, people take breaks from things, guys. Sometimes you haven't seen that joke in 6 months.
And he didn't even bring up the fact that with their whole friend thing, they're friends with everybody and gossip around the school, all of that. That's the main personality trait. He just brings up the one thing that he doesn't like and then moves on.
Like, you know, like our main character has that goal of getting 100 friends, and this person has a lot of friends. So maybe there's a reason that they're talking to this person who has a lot of friends.
But I'm not going to mention that. I'm just going to mention this one joke that I don't find particularly funny and then move on without saying the purpose of that character.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly correct. I don't like this person.
They them is feeling instead of letting the art show that. They also often substitute any facial expressions.
He said that the boxes are there to show to show emotions as opposed to the mangaka drawing it. When he's showing Komi, who has trouble communicating her feelings.
Yep.
She has been shown.
That's not important.
She has been shown to full sail pass out on her feet when trying to order food. There is not going to be a big comedy shocked open mouth sweat drop reaction with Komi.
Yeah, this is almost sounding like this guy has the sense of humor as the Joker from the most recent movie.
Yeah,
not really comedy.
Yeah, but this is not an issue. I don't. This is
Oh,
why
it's an
Komi
issue
is
for
so
him.
popular, because she has such a stoic face, even though she is very surprised. She can't show it on her face. People like her for having a stoic face, cool beauty, blah blah blah. Moving on.
In this panel alone, you can see the one person that can probably tell she's actually really surprised is Tadano, the person who is super perceptive. Would you look at that?
I cannot imagine a shocked face on Komi like this. This is not the character. This is not a criticism, because it's just flat up not what Komi is.
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
This is a misunderstanding of character.
Yeah.
Just absolute lack of ability to infer anything, really.
I guess it may be funny the first few times, but 3 volumes of that? It's repetitive and loses any novelty it may have had quite fast. By the way, yes, I read 3 volumes and some random chapters later on, so around
3 volumes and some random chapters later.
This dude has no...
This guy got
right
to
speak.
let's see. All right.
He got before the sports festival.
Was Mombaki wasn't even in the manga at that point, right?
No, she wasn't.
He got to around chapter 47.
That's
And
nothing.
he's going, these characters are one note when they have not had a chance to develop. What does he expect to happen in 47 chapters?
That's the thing, is there are plenty of things that happen in those chapters that make this series memorable.
Yeah. But
So-
there's no big crying in the rain moment of, this is my personal struggles. There's nothing like that. And it looks like he just wants that. Because it's now that we have the lens of him only reading 47 chapters and some chapters sprinkled around, we know that him going, these characters are one note when most of them appear one time and then basically are just background one little line characters. That critique holds no weight.
So I'm just like, right now, again, I just kind of keep going back to Naruto just because it's kind of a simple thing to reference. But like, so if we're going straight by chapters, this is an incorrect measure, but chapter 47 of Naruto is the fight with Orochimaru during the Chunin exam. So not terribly far. But really, like, if we're going like page count at this point, like I'd almost argue it's like less than half of that, probably.
Yeah.
But then look at that. We know almost nothing about Sasuke. We know almost nothing about Sakura. We know almost nothing about Kakashi.
Yeah. Like around the halfway point of like 47 is they just met the kid before they even fight Zabuza.
Yeah. We haven't even gotten to the point that absolutely skyrocketed Naruto into
at that point.
fame.
Oh, Sakura's just a one-note character. She just has a crush on Sasuke.
Not even
Sasuke's just a one-note character. He's just a brooding, pretty boy.
He's just
Naruto's just a one-note character. He yells a lot. Like, you...
We're not given time. They're still introducing characters in Komi.
Again, you... Literally, main character 3 does not show up until, like, what? When does Manbagi come?
Not until at least the 50s, maybe late 50s, I think.
I think it's even later than that.
Let me see.
I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. The Typhoon is 53 feeling sport, because she's there for the sports festival, isn't she?
No,
not the first one.
Is she not?
Not the first
There's
one.
the no sister.
I guess you're right. Yeah. Okay.
No. I'm right now. I'm at 101. I'm trying to.
Chapter 131.
No fucking way.
131 chapters before one of the most important characters in this manga is introduced.
Changes the lives of the other two fundamentally.
Immeasurably.
1000%. She is a necessary existence to understand for this series because she just propels both characters leaps and bounds ahead.
In her first couple chapters, we see her struggles and how she's putting on the face, and then who brings her out of it? Oh, is it the person that understands people? I don't know. Oh my goodness. 3 volumes, and you think that you have enough knowledge to speak on these characters and these actions.
This is Mambagi is I think still at this point the only character that Komi, without question, talks to.
Long conversations.
Yes.
She is the first one to bring, because this is Komi's first self-made friend. This is Komi's first experience being the Tadano friend.
Yeah.
She is trying to be like him, and we're finally seeing what his influence on her is doing. And you can't talk about that. You can't express the character depth that has come because you don't know it.
He's missing
because
a whole
all you've got is
of the puzzle.
chapter 40X and read a few random ones, but you have no connection to the information that you're reading about now. Because you haven't gotten the setup, you don't know anything.
This is crazy.
That's like saying, hold on. That is like saying you read to again the chapter you talked about where you meet the kid before the battle on the bridge of Zabuza, and then you time skip to fucking Naruto versus Pain. That's the equivalent.
There's no connection here. What's going? Pain. It's a terrible villain. Legit. They're one note in 47 chapters.
Wait, when did he get older?
You just miss the most central character to Naruto's existence. He came and died.
Exactly what's happened here. He's missed Mambaki.
He's missing so much, and he's speaking so definitively on this.
This man has made it concrete to say. So hold on, quick question. Another series, I could see this guy having a similar take on. Has anyone here read Katakyo Hitman Reborn?
I have not.
My little brother has.
Okay. Similar issue here where it takes a long time to get going. A very long time. But when it kicks, it is a top 5 series for me. Mm-hmm. The moment it hits that note, top 5. You have to give the author the room to breathe. If you're interested in it, sure. This was obviously not interested in the narrative that this author is giving us. But when it sinks its teeth into you, you want every drip of build-up. Because you know when it hits, it's gonna
hit hard. Because otherwise you get something like Demon Slayer where it's chapter 1, oh, here's his family for 2 pages, oh, they're all dead, feel bad for them. Why should I? Who are these people? Who is this dude? I feel nothing for him.
You can love a series like that. You can. Because you can love it for its action, its animation, for the style, sure. But you can't say the narrative is a masterpiece. It's not. I love Demon Slayer. I love the aesthetic. I love the powers. I love the fight choreography. I love it. But I'm not going to say the narrative is top of the line. It's not. But to come in here to this Komi thing, and where we know where he's seen up to, where there's already been plenty of moments of greatness.
Big moments, big character moments. And that's all this is. Just a lot of character moments. And if it's not character moments, it's comedy. It's introducing characters. It's seeing their interactions, things like that. I'm just so shocked that he goes there all one note with 47 chapters under his belt.
So
I swear.
just to give a more even concrete example, One Piece.
Oh, here we go.
So again, we're gonna do the extreme high bar, which is chapter 47, and then we'll go halfway. Chapter 47 is the introduction of Don Creek. So you have Luffy, Zoro. We may have seen Nami. I don't think she's like a mainstay, but we've seen her.
Yeah, she's
and we've
in there.
barely seen Sanji. You have met, like, you
Usopp
have
is there
met.
as
Is Usopp there?
Usopp is there. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you've met, like, and I in the strictest sense of the word, met barely 4 of the Straw Hats. Barely met Sanji.
You've never even heard of the best one, Jinbei.
Yeah, actually, you have at that point. He was mentioned.
What?
No, he was mentioned a little later.
He was mentioned a little later, as a matter of
There we go.
So
See?
we're not there just yet.
Wait, you mentioned you have no idea of Chopper, you have no idea of Brook, you have no idea of Robin, you have no idea of Frankie.
At this point,
Carrot.
Even
Usopp
Jinbei is just a dumb coward. At this point,
Yeah,
Zoro's
like,
just some
literally-
sword dude. We don't have
Exactly,
the Mihawk
literally
moment.
the One Piece rap is all you know of them.
Seriously, the Mihawk moment is
Luffy
coming.
Is just Extendo Punch Boy. Nothing
And then-
has happened yet.
And then we go to the half point of that, which is what we're roughly guesstimating as like page count, and that is when you meet Usopp.
Crazy. I would never speak on a series with such little information. I specifically read and watch all of something to have talking points.
Fairy Tail.
Fairy Tale. Oof, that was a mistake. But yeah, this dude is speaking so definitively with such little information. I understand that you can go, look, this is what I experienced. The introduction with the speech bubbles going, hey, I'm Tadano and Komi and friends, whatever. Don't speak on the characters. You can't. Legitimately. Talk about the comedy not being funny. Talk about I don't like this character or this character archetype. That's fine. Don't call them one note.
Yeah.
You're using very aggressive terms here.
Yes.
For a series you know almost literally nothing about. But we're 8 minutes in. We got to keep going.
Koasocto, it gets better.
Welcome to Revisit It.
And it's really good at the current 224th chapter.
Shut the fuck up. No one cares.
If a manga is a
We just spent the past, 6 minutes railing against this dude for not doing this. And then he throws that at us 6 seconds into it by pressing play.
Manga need to be good immediately.
Touche, sir. You got us.
Your use of Filthy Frank has convinced me. Comey is trash. We're done. We're moving on.
Just shut up,
generic,
everyone.
shallow, and contradictory piece of garbage. For the beginning 3 volumes, then too bad. Fuck that manga.
I read 3 volumes out of 20 something and I got the entire picture.
You get the idea. Now let's list the flaws that kept appearing in those beginning 3 volumes, as well as later on. First up, the big one. It's
Stop. As well as later on.
You
didn't read.
You can't speak on that.
You didn't read.
Watching, just going, let's see what happens in chapter 152. That means nothing to you. You can't speak on crap like that.
This would be like, so you guys just recently revisited the Totally Mark.
Totally not Mark.
Reading the Chimera Ant arc. This would be like if he read the first 30 chapters, he didn't like it, and he's just like, the rest sucks.
All the characters are flat. The motivation, there's no motivation. The character arcs go nowhere. Just definitive hard stuff like that. Like, you can't, no, dude. What are you talking about? How much have you read? About 3 volumes. Really?
Absurd. This is calling One Piece trash before you've read the Fishman Island arc. Not Fishman Island. God, what was his name? Arlong Park. Yeah, Arlong. Like, that's... Play.
completely objectively generic. It's a
All right. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
I want to scream.
He said it. He said the word.
He
said it. He said the O word.
I want to.
It's aggravating my throat.
I want to scream, but I can't.
He can't be doing this, yo.
He's been steadily for the past 9 minutes and 12 seconds just loading round after round into the chamber, and now he has fired that gun.
Sure has. And we're all dead. He got us. He got us with the objective
this
truth
series is generic crap.
Objectively.
Oh, let's keep going. No, here we go.
So it already belongs to an oversaturated genre, but it sadly doesn't stop there. Many romance comedies like this follow a very basic structure. The main character is a typical normal boy, lacking in any notable features, while the girl he meets is a more specific and distinct character, and it's usually...
Sir, you said Komi was normal. You said she was one note. What distinct characteristics does she have if you say that she's normal and one note?
No, hold on. I got this. See, I get what he's building to now. I'm seeing the light. See, he's called this series shit and it's contradictory. See, he's emulating this to show us that it's contradictory by contradicting himself within 9 minutes. Don't you see?
Yo, 6D chess?
6D chess.
Oh,
man. This is Xehanort versus Master, whatever the hell his name is right now.
Ericus.
You over here playing hopscotch. He's chess. Oh my goodness. We ain't on his level. I do not believe that's what's
wonder
going
that
on.
octopus has a top hat.
Are you sure? He's got us. This is a mastercraft. Come on, he's got this.
This is one of those things where like this got to be some kind of where's the swerve coming?
Yeah, this is it. He's building something. This is gonna be great.
Here who's the focus of the manga. Off the top of my head, I can name Nagatoro, Takagi-san, Gal Cooking, Gal Clean.
I'm seeing a lot of fan service here.
Okay, so please don't bully me. That's about a normal dude and a girl that's very sadistic and bullying him. More not very like harsh bullying. It's more just talking down to him and things like that. Is he just going? It's a normal dude and a wacky girl.
Yes,
because that's the same.
That's what all these series are. Every one of these series is that he's showing here is a bland milquetoast dude with a very iconic standout female.
But what about all the stuff that happens in the manga? Not just the blurb of normal dude, wacky girl.
Can't you tell by the cover art that we're shown here, man? It's the female appeal that's the problem here. This is it.
I'm just playing to get off of this.
Yuki Tosumi, and of course, Komi, being examples of that. That's 6 fairly recent manga that all have the essentially same protagonist and basic structure, and all are romance.
Basic structure?
Same structure.
No.
Same structure.
I've only read 2 of them, 3 of them if you count Komi. They do not have the same structure.
No, but they're the same because, again, normal, bland, milquetoast character paired with very standout female. Come on, this is very basic. It's generic.
That's not how you critique
premise, something. I think, is the word he's trying to say.
Oh, he means premise for sure, but he's chosen his word.
Yeah, but that still doesn't mean anything.
No. You keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Yeah. The premise is
if you don't know that movie, please find it. Please watch it.
Yeah, it's the stuff after the premise.
Seriously,
that
you're just reading a blurb of wacky girl, normal dude. Oh, it's all generic. That's not how we do this.
Before Naruto caused the shonen uprising in the West, that whole thing really wasn't generic yet. It bloomed into it, but this is still not a generic thing. You've listed 6 series that are popular right now. Doesn't mean it's generic. That is a terrible way to put this.
It's terrible. He's just looking for shorthand words to make his point.
He's using hot button words.
Yeah.
This is to trigger people. This is to get clicks. This is to get shares. This pandering. That's what I'm getting now.
Because he's not making any real points. Just saying generic and giving these horrible examples, it means nothing. You're just showing. You didn't go, oh, look at this. Please don't bully me. It's about this. That one over there with the two characters. It's about this. See the similarities. He didn't do that. He just goes guy and girl. See, I win.
But DA, it's generic though.
We're moving on. Moving on.